Hi, welcome back. We are going to do some more yoga with Eowyn. She has her liquor ball, so maybe it's a little less chewy whilst you're supposed to be relaxing. We'll see. I would suggest that you guys put on a little bit of soft music. I tend to do things that don't have lyrics so that I can kind of just focus on my breathing and stay nice and calm. You can grab a water bottle, blocks, blankets or pillows, or a bolster if you have them. And to be perfectly honest, we're just going to kind of see how this goes. I'm just inviting you into my yoga routine is basically what's happening. So it'll be an adventure. We'll find out. Okay. Take a comfortable seat. Our goal here is to take the hips back wide and apart so that our pelvic bones can rest more firmly on the ground. For me, I raise my the back end of my hips up so that my pelvis can relax and my entire front just kind of calms down and I can get the extension in my hips that I need. So, take a deep breath. And with your breath, I want you to think of a word that needs to be engaged in our practice today. Just whatever comes to mind. For me, the word is integration. So I'm going to invite integration into this practice. Some yoga instructors put it on the mat, whatever works for you. We're going to bring in whatever we're going to be pointing this practice to. It's basically how I think about it. Let your breath get deeper, filling up your whole chest. And let your exhale be very slow and long, blowing out any distraction, any difficulty. On your next exhale, place your hands in front of your knees. Pop up to your knees, move your bolster away. And come to your hands and knees for tabletop position. Take a deep breath, settle into your legs and your arms. Just feel your body. And on your next inhale, take your tailbone up to the sky. Expand your ribs to the floor, head up to the ceiling. And exhale, take your tailbone down to the floor, round through your spine. Inhale your tailbone up. And exhale your tailbone down. Inhale your tailbone up. Exhale your tailbone down. Move your weight to the front of your hands. Pick your knees off the floor and crawl up so that your feet replace your hands and come to a squat position. For those of you who have tight Achilles tendons or calves, you can prop your heels up. You can either come up onto your toes or you can put a bolster or blanket underneath there. Walk your feet out and just kind of rock back and forth. Let your body just kind of feel where it is. Keep breathing. Walk your heels in just a little bit. Place your hands in prayer position, elbows inside the insides of your knees. Get nice and tall through your spine and breathe. Place your hands on the mat in front of you and unfold your body into a forward fold. I use blocks for this so that I keep my shoulders integrated. Do you need the window open, baby? Okay. Okay, I open. There you go. There you go, okay. So on your half fold, take the crown of your head forward to the front of the room and your hips back to the back of the room. Feel your spine elongate. Keep your shoulders integrated. Shoulder blades pressing towards the spine. And on your exhale, bend your elbows, keep your shoulders on your back, and bend forward. For me, at this stage, because I'm not quite warm, I'm going to keep my knees nicely bent so that when I bend forward, I do get a stretch, but I'm not getting too strong of a stretch this early in the morning. Inhale, stretch forward and long. And exhale down. Inhale, stretch forward and long. And exhale, place your hands on the mat. Step back with your right foot into a low or a lunge. Place your hands on the inside of your foot. And just sit and breathe. Your hips nice and square. Walk your hands forward and step back up into a squat position. What I love about yoga is it allows me to actually take the time to feel. Feel what's in my body, feel what's in my mind and my spirit, what's in my emotions, without the words of thoughts. Without having to explain it, I can just feel it. So as we're stretching out this other side, step back with your left foot, square up your hips, and sink down while you're breathing. What emotions, what adjectives come to mind while you're doing this stretch? Don't process it out, just notice. Lower your back knee. Bring your right foot back. Press your hands into the floor. Sink your shoulder blades back onto your spine. And push back for a downward facing dog. Take your right knee to your chest. Step Send your right heel up to the sky, stack your hips, and feel the stretch. Bring your knee to your chest and slide forward. Back into a low lunge. Actually, yeah, low lunge. Drop your back knee. Come up, place your hands on your knee. Take a deep breath. Feel the fullness and the line from your crown all the way down to your knee. And take your hands up. Bring your hands down. Clasp your hands behind your hips. Roll your shoulder blades back. And breathe into your front body. Unclasp your hands, place them inside your front foot. Step back to tabletop position. Get your shoulder blades on your back and back to downward facing dog. Left knee into your chest, send it up to the sky, stack your hips, and breathe. Keeping your shoulders nice and square, the weight evenly balanced. And swing on through. Lower your right foot, right knee. I know anatomy. And press up, keeping your hips nice and square. And take a deep breath. When we focus on the hips and the front of the body, what happens is your nervous system just starts to release. So your breath starts getting long, you might sigh a little bit more. Sometimes you'll just kind of shiver. And that's just all of the emotion and all of the compression of the nervous system just releasing out of your body. So anytime you start shaking, let yourself shake. When you feel like sighing and let it go. That doesn't mean you don't want to be here, it just means it's actually working. Take your arms up to the sky. Get nice and long. Feel the possibility in your body. And fold forward. Walk your foot back. Get your knees mat width apart. Toes together. And sink back for a child's pose. Now this is going to be an active child's pose, so walk your fingers forward. Take your hips back. And get a nice side stretch as you're sinking back into child's pose. Walk your hands over to your left, keeping your right hip back. You should feel it all the way down the side. Walk to center and over to the right side, taking your left hip further back. And to center. Come up towards tabletop position. Cross your ankles and come back into a seated position. position. Grab a blanket if you'd like. I'm going to show you why I do it this way. So when I just sit flat on the floor, do you see how my spine is just kind of curled out that way? I can, as I'm getting a little more flexible in my hips, I can start reversing the curve, which is more what it's supposed to be. If I put a bolster underneath my sit bones, just the edge, it automatically tips my pelvis forward, which allows for a bigger curve here, which supports your spine and your nervous system. So, take a deep breath. Come back to your body, your mind, your spirit. See what kind of adjectives exist now. Take a deep breath forward. Forward, what does that even mean? Take your right knee up, cross your left underneath by your hips. If this is too tight for you, you can extend your foot. Make sure that your heel is pressing down and your knee is pointing up. We don't want to hyperextend the knee. Doesn't help the body. For me, I have very, very hyperextendy sort of knees, so I tend to prefer the pretzel version. So make sure that your hips are evenly distributed. You don't want to be up like that. That's going to mess with our twist. Hug tight. Keep everything in the center. Take a deep breath. Press your hips and your feet down onto the floor. Get taller through your crown. And then at the very base of your spine, start to twist to your right. Keep your eyes forward on me. And let everything up through your spine start twisting. Take your right hand, place it behind you. Roll your shoulder back. Take a deep breath. And then finally, turn your head, look over your shoulder, and breathe. Getting taller with your inhales. And pressing deeper into the floor with your exhales. Starting with your eyes and your head. Slowly come back around. Be sure to stay nice and tall. And slowly release. Unwind your legs. And cross your right foot under. Take a breath. Just sit up for a second. And cross your left foot over. Hug your knee in. Make sure again, hips are balanced. Place your left hand behind you. I usually keep my arm bent and on my fingertips so that I can kind of have a little bit more movement. Press your feet into the floor, press your hips into the floor. Roll your shoulders back. And at the very base of your spine, start to turn. Well, twist. And work your way up, breathing. And finally, turn your chin over your shoulder. And breathe. Getting taller with your inhales. And grounding down through your exhales. For me, I feel this more in my left hip than I did in my right. Release your eyes and your head. Stay nice and tall and come back through center. Unravel your legs. Come to a seated position. Sit nice and tall. And take a deep breath. Close your eyes. What do you feel? As you think about your adjective and how you feel, bring back your intention, whatever that word was at the beginning of the session. And take a minute of gratitude for yourself for taking 15-20 minutes to just take care of your body. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you again soon.